1 and 8. Read that. You're going to start at Nahum 1 and 8.
The book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
But with an overrunning flood.
The Most High said, but with an overrunning flood. Now, what happened in North Carolina? What happened in Wilmington? What happened all down in South Carolina? People were flooded out. They got their homes messed up, jacked up. The Most High said, but with an overrunning flood. This is prophecy. So a lot of people try to tell you, well, that happened in the past. You keep talking about things that's happening now, but a lot of these things that happened in the past, and what they fail to understand or comprehend in the scriptures is that these are generational curses upon the wicked, like I told y'all last time. So don't think because it happened in the past, it's not going to happen again today. These are generational curses. The wicked never stop being wicked, so now the Most High is going to keep constantly hitting them with the same thing that he hit them with in the past, so now it's only going to be even worse, because he's about to bring his kingdom in. So now things are only going to escalate. You're going to see more earthquakes. You're going to see more tornadoes. And look out for the shark attacks. Remember I told you that. You're going to start hearing about a whole lot of shark attacks. You're going to be hearing about people being struck by lightning. All these things the Most High said going to happen, because he's going to be doing these things to our adversaries. Read on.
But with an overrunning flood,
he
would make an utter end of the place thereof.
The place thereof. Where they live at. Well, that's the place. The place is the enemy. All the adversaries, the people that brought us here and treated us like dogs. That's what the Most High said. He said he's going to make an end of the place thereof. You got people who got their whole home flooded out. And they said it takes like 120, 200,000 just to rebuild a home. And a lot of these folks don't have flood insurance. The vast majority of them, they said only about 23% of them have flood insurance. Now you got 100% of these people living all on the seashore, got a whole lot of money, got the best homes, got luxury homes, got nice pretty cars, everything. While our people in the ghetto suffering, catching you know what. So this is the Most High repaying our adversaries for what they've done. These are prophecies you're watching. That's the main point that I'm trying to bring across. Go ahead.
And darkness shall pursue his enemy.
And darkness shall pursue his enemy. Now, what happens in the flood? The blackouts. So this is prophecy. He said, darkness shall pursue his enemies. Now, we know about the spiritual darkness, but he said, darkness shall pursue his what?
His enemies.
His what?
Enemies.
Because see, that's key. That's the key thing. He said, darkness shall pursue his enemies. Now, go and check out the news reports. When the floods hit the place, what happened? They had power outages. This is the Most High bringing these power outages. That's the darkness that it's talking about. We know about the spiritual darkness. That's not the one I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about the prophetic darkness that the scriptures are talking about. He said, darkness shall pursue the enemy. So anytime you see these major floods and all of them stuff, look for the blackouts, because they're coming. That's going to happen. That's why the Most High says darkness shall pursue the enemy. Now we're going to go to Obadiah. I want you to get Jeremiah 30 and 23. Because I just wanted to touch on this particular topic, and then we're going to go into my main topic. I'm still in the preamble right now. Then we're going to get into the major topics that I wanted to deal with and go over with y'all. But because this particular thing happened, I just wanted to touch on this because it's something major that's happening. We're going to read Jeremiah 30, and we're going to start at 23. And I appreciate you, brother, for reading that main thing. He said, darkness shall pursue his enemies. Remember that, because we got to understand why these things are happening. These ain't just freaks of nature. You know what I'm saying? And we can forget all about these conspiracy theorists on YouTube talking this heart nonsense. This ain't no heart.
Right.
Yeah. This is the infinite inexplicable. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's the one that's bringing these things. It's not no heart. It ain't no machine and all this other stuff. Right. They're not going to use a machine to destroy themselves and then turn around and try to build it back up. That don't make no sense. If that's the case, why don't you send it somewhere where you have enemies at? Why don't you send it to China? Right. Why don't you send it to the China Sea? They got a myriad of islands that the Chinese built in the Chinese Sea right now that the U.S. is beefing with them over right now. Is it not? Are they not? Y'all watch the news. The U.S. is angry because China went down there and built a whole lot of islands in the sea. And then they lied to them and told them that they weren't going to militarize these particular islands, but now they're starting to militarize the islands. They bring a weaponry there. They got all types of missiles there. They got their submarines there. They got their warships there. So now America is getting angry. So now they want us to believe that the hurricanes that's coming from way from Africa, the same way we came, the boats came from Africa, from the west of Africa, all the way over here, the same way the hurricane is coming from way Africa to here. They want us to believe that this is hard. I'm going to tell you what's going on. These conspiracy theorists that run around making up all these lies by heart and all that stuff, these are our adversaries that see the destruction that the Most High is bringing upon them, and they use these conspiracy theories as a coping mechanism, so that they could feel better within themselves, because they don't want to believe that the prophecies are coming to pass. They are in denial. They don't want to face the obvious. They don't want to face that. But the obvious is that the Most High is against them, and now he's bringing his wrath. And he said, when in the last days you shall consider it perfectly, because he's going to speed it up. You won't go out the house one day, you may see somebody walking down the street and see him get struck. Boom! Now, I mean, that's how serious this thing is, man. And the Most High, the fact that y'all here, y'all that remnant, man. Y'all the first few. The Most High is bringing back the government now in Israel. The leaders. That's who y'all are. That's why y'all waking up first. You know what I'm saying? Because pretty soon all people about to wake up in droves, and especially next year, because we coming up to the 400-year anniversary of us being here in captivity. From 1619 all the way up to 2019, that's gonna mark the 400-year mark. And Trump even made a bill about that, talking about how we've been here for 400 years, and they acknowledge that. Yeah, you acknowledge it, but you ain't give us no reparations. When are we going to be indemnified? We have never been indemnified since we've been here. Never gave us reparations, and they had no intentions on doing it. And we can get that out of our mind too, because a lot of our people think, well, maybe one day they're going to give us reparations. That's why. No, it's not. Because according to the prophecy, they're not going to give us nothing. They're not giving us anything, man. They're going to hate us to the end, like we just said. Now, you got it over there?
Yep.
Okay, read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 23. Behold, the whirlwind of the Most High.
Now, when you go into the Hebrew, that word whirlwind, if you get a chance to go into the Strong's Dictionary, look up, this is Jeremiah 30:23, and what you do is you go and look up this word whirlwind. It's sufa, or sa'ir. That's the Hebrew word, and it literally means a hurricane. It literally means that. You can if you want to, but I don't want to take them too far, because we're going to go back into the major topics I'm going to deal with. But when they get a chance, if you have a strong concordance, get a chance to look up that word whirlwind, and it literally means a hurricane. So the Most High said, read up.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 23. Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord.
Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord. Now, what the Most High say? Goeth forth,
goeth forth with fury.
With what?
Fury.
It said it comes with fury, man. You see the rain, only be raining straight. It be raining sideways, man. The Most High have so much indignation for these people, he don't even let the rain come straight down. He let it come sideways. They're sure crooked people. I'm going to make it rain on you, crooked. I'm going to make it rain sideways on you. You know what I'm saying? It sheets of rain, and it floods. Yeah.
A continuing whirlwind.
A continuing whirlwind. Now, they went there and they claimed to stay for 24 hours or however long, but it seemed like it's endless. And they say it sounds like a train. I've never been in a hurricane. Actually one, like when you actually hear it, or a tornado. I've never been in that. But they say that those that have experienced and been in them, they say it sounds like an actual train coming. Yeah.
It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked.
It shall fall with what?
Pain.
That's the key word. It shall fall with pain. And what's the other key word?
Upon the head of the wicked.
So now we know why it's happening to them. Because the Most High said it's going to fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. Now, if any of you got this attitude, well, you had black people that died in the storm. Let me get this real fast. Get Jeremiah 30 and 11 over down. I want you to read that real fast. Get 30 and 11. Because a lot of black people say, well, you had black people. You had a woman and a child died. Well, the Most High, the issue of death belongs to the Most High. So if the Most High decide to kill any one of our people, that means they had that coming. It ain't because it's just a freak of nature. No, there's no such thing as a freak of nature with the Father. If people die, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they got to be evil neither. Because sometimes the Most High take you out. You can be a righteous person. He'll take you out for the evil to come. He tell you about that too. So not every time you see somebody die doesn't necessarily mean that it was evil. Most of the time, that's the reason. So, the vast majority of the time, that is the reason. But not all the time. So I don't want y'all to get me misunderstood. Read that. And I'm proof it right now.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 11. For I am with thee.
The Most High said, He's with us. He's still with us. He still loves us, yeah.
To save thee.
To save us. He's going to save us, yeah.
Though I make a full end of all nations.
He said He's going to make a full end of all nations. That's going to occur in the Third World War. We're coming up to that right now. That's what I was talking about when I first started talking. This thing is so serious, we don't know when it's going to start now. And we're not trying. They got bombs that can destroy. They got Russia has a missile. If I'm not mistaken, yes, I think it's called what? The Satan. They call one thing. They got a missile they call Satan. They said it could destroy the whole state of Texas. One missile. Now y'all see how serious this is, and it's supersonic. And some of them got like 8, 9 warheads on them. Meaning one can hit one city, the other one can go somewhere. This is, oh man, that's why I understand why the Most High said in 1 hour. 1 hour, man. It ain't gonna take no time to destroy this place in 1 hour, man. It's gonna be terrible. Go ahead.
Whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee.
See, Most High said we're gonna make a full end of us. Even though He scattered us all around the world, the 4 corners of the earth, be it the Middle East, be it Africa, be it Europe, be it the Caribbean islands, be it South America, North America, the Most High say, though He scattered us all over the place, He's not going to make a full end of us, meaning He's not going to eradicate us. We done.
But I will correct thee in measure.
He said He's going to correct us in measure. So that means that, you know what I'm saying, he still got, you know, you got some dealing with some of our people. Because some of them are still out of order, they're just hard-headed, they don't want to get right, don't want to hear nothing, can't nobody tell them nothing. So, them ones, He's still going to deal with them. That's why He tell you that. Yeah, read on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 21. Neither repented they of their murder.
Now, who is this talking about? Neither repented they of their murderers. Who murdered us? Our ancestors' blood is soaked in the soil of this country.
Right.
And the Caribbean islands, and South America, and Africa, and up in Europe. The Most High said, neither repented they. Now this is in the book of Revelation, meaning the last revelation. Yeah.
Nor of their sorcery.
Nor of their sorcery. You watch all these movies, you see all the magic they do in the movies with trick cameras or whatever. A lot of this stuff, they ain't just doing it to entertain you. They doing it to cause something to happen to your mental psyche. They have you all messed up, yeah.
Nor of their fornication.
Nor of their fornication. In the Greek, it's porne, which means pornography. And it's a known fact that America is the top nation on the planet for pornography. No other nation on the planet does more pornography or makes more money off pornography than the U.S. And in the Greek, it literally says porne, which means pornography or in the nude or whatever. This is what they do, yeah.
Nor of their theft.
Nor of their theft, and that's self-explanatory. I ain't got to tell you how much they done stole everything. They stole us! We were stolen, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention all the other stuff that they're stealing right now, you know? Now they went to the Middle East. That's why they're over here in Syria. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's going to be the trap that the Most High got them over there. Because they want the oil, they want everything over there, and they figure they just going to take all the oil and they're going to keep on. No, that's not going to happen. You got China running all around the place. China down in South Africa, down in East Africa, all over the place, putting people in debt and all this stuff so that they can take over the land and exploit them of their natural resources. So the scriptures say they're not going to repent.